This woman's trying to get some water, but she suddenly feels something inside her pants. So she immediately asks for the man's help. This guy puts his hands into her pants. It turns out to be a snake. This woman is Monroe. She's an editor for a fashion magazine. One day, her boyfriend, Frank, suddenly proposed to her. Facing the unexpected proposal, Monroe accepted it without hesitation. After that, the couple's going on a week-long vacation in 𝐀𝐿 Island. When they arrive at the airport, the plane has already taken off. And the next flight is 3 days later. If they travel by boat, it will also take them 3 days. Therefore, in order not to wait anymore, the couple decide to hire a private plane to get there. But when the couple see the plane that they're going to hire, they discover that the plane has some problems. Moreover, the oil keeps flowing out. So Monroe firmly refuses to take it. But Harris, the pilot, says, "It might seem quite old, but this plane is completely safe." Helpless Monroe finally agrees to sit on this plane. They are accompanied by Harris's young girlfriend Angelica. After a while, the plane successfully lands on the island. But right in the next morning, Monroe receives a phone call from her boss, who wants her to interrupt her vacation. She asks Monroe to fly to Tahiti to supervise a fashion shoot. Even though Monroe's very unwilling, she still has to do it. After that, Monroe finds Harris and hires him to fly her there. Being unable to resist the money that Monroe gives him, Harris agrees. However, mid-journey, a sudden thunderstorm appears. Harris hurriedly asks for help. Unexpectedly, the plane gets damaged by a lightning strike, so they can't send any signals. Helpless, Harris has to crash land on a deserted island. But while landing on the island, the plane crashes into a rock, damaging the plane's wheel. On the other hand, after Monroe left, Frank joins a party. On the stage, Harris's young girlfriend is dancing. She is seducing Frank. Very quickly, Frank falls for the beautiful woman. The next day, when Monroe and Harris wake up, they discover the damaged wheels and know that they can't continue on the journey. Fortunately, none of them is injured. Monroe takes out her phone, but there's no signal, which means they are lost in a deserted island and can't contact to other people. The two start to take out all the necessities. There's only one bullet left in the flare gun. Monroe wants to take her $700 back, but Harris only gives her a half. So the two start to argue. Meanwhile, Frank and Angelica accompany the aerial search party for their missing partners. These two people's plane crashed in a storm, and they get lost on a deserted island. In order to survive, they have to find a source of water. Not long after that, they discover a waterfall. But suddenly a wild boar runs toward Monroe, which makes her so frightened that she jumps into the water. But it isn't safe to be in the water. Monroe feels something crawling into her pants. She asks Harris to come help her. Harris puts his hands into her pants and takes out a snake. After that, the two people start to get along with each other. After managing to find the water, they start to find food. Harris puts on a costume made of palm leaves. Intends to catch some peacocks to eat. But when she knows that, Monroe questions Harris how he can eat such beautiful peacocks. The next second, "Wow, I don't expect them to be this delicious." After filling their empty stomach, the people find a place to sleep. The next day, an aircraft suddenly appears in the sky. Harris is drunk and hasn't woken up yet. Monroe sees the plane and immediately takes out the flare gun. But unexpectedly, asleep Harris disturbs her, and their only bullet is shot right into the tree. Hearing the loud noise, Harris wakes up and sees that. He blames Monroe for a while. Monroe can't stand it anymore and an argument is started. After calming down, Harris believes that there's a signal beacon located on a high hill. If it's disabled, a repair crew will be sent. Then they're also rescued. After that, the two start their journey to the high hill. But unexpectedly, midway, the ground suddenly cracks. The two fall into the hold, but fortunately, they aren't injured. Then the two reach the top of the mountain. But there's no signal beacon. So angry is he that Harris runs away to vent his anger. In desperation, Monroe suddenly spots a boat off the island coast. The two rush down the mountain and reach there in the life raft. They spend the whole night rowing to the boat. But when they're about to reach it, they discover that there are two vessels moored next to each other. They realize pirates have captured and have killed one boat occupant. At the same time, the pirates on the boat also spot the couple and pursue them. The two try their best to row back to the island, but are eventually captured. The pirates are going to kill Harris and keep Monroe as their servant. Monroe then tells them that there's gold on the island. They believe it and force the two to lead them to the gold. On the way, the couple take the chance when the pirates don't pay attention and escape. After that, they run to the edge of the cliff. Harris tells Monroe to jump, but she's scared and doesn't dare do that. Seeing that the pirates are reaching them, Harris kisses her and pushes her down. The two people, who have just escaped from death, kiss each other. But when Harris sees the ring on Monroe's finger, he lets go of her. After that, the two go into the forest to avoid being captured by the pirates. On the way, they discover a crashed float plane of World War II. At night, the two can't hold back their feeling and hug each other tightly. After having passed through many hardships together, they start to fall in love. On the other side, Frank gets drunk and sleeps with Angelica after she seduces him. The next morning, Monroe's awakened by a loud noise. Harris discovers that some parts of the float plane are still usable. They can salvage the pontoons and attach them to their damaged plane. Hearing that, Monroe is very excited. Afterwards, the two bring the parts to their plane. After a while, the damaged wheel is replaced and they can use the plane. As they are about to take off, suddenly a bomb is thrown toward them. The pirates reappear and fire shells onto the beach. Harris urges Monroe to get on the plane. Unexpectedly, a bomb comes and injures him. Monroe then helps him get on the plane. After that, they start the plane and are able to take off. They fly over the pirates right before the boat hits their plane. The pirates want to shoot at the plane, but they accidentally destroy their own boat. Harris quickly instructs Monroe on how to land the plane. Before passing out due to his injury, confused Monroe has to fly the plane by herself. Back in 𝐀𝐿, Frank and Angelica have already given up searching. While they're holding a memorial service for their missing partners, Monroe flies toward them. She keeps repeating what Harris told her before passing out. In the end, Monroe manages to land the plane. After that, Monroe visits Harris in the hospital and confesses her feelings for him. But Harris says, "We both love each other, but you deserve someone fresher. You aren't gonna become my co-pilot, and I'm not gonna go to New York." Monroe can understand what Harris means. After that, she goes to the airport with Frank. She says, "We can't get married, because I think it's wrong for two people to get married when they aren't keeping the other in their heart." After that, Frank confesses he slept with Angelica. Monroe reveals her feelings for Harris and returns the engagement ring. Harris has a change of heart and rushes to the airport to find Monroe. But it's apparently too late. The plane has already taken off. When Harris is at his wit's end, he sees Monroe getting off the plane. She also makes up her mind and decides to stay. Harris then confesses his feelings for her. 6 Days, 7 Nights was released in 1998. It is an adventure-action comedy film. The movie was a moderate box office success. It's the end of the movie today. Thank you for watching.